couple months ago, me and wifey out on date night. Mm-hmm. I try to toss a bottle out the fucking car window, and I end up fucking splitting my whole finger. My finger was hanging off. And at the time, I'm in the city, and I'm like, ain't no way I'm going to no San Francisco hospital. I won't get in for hours. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm going to drive to the next best thing, which I think was like Dublin or something.
You were still the one driving? That's crazy.
I was the one driving. Well, I needed somebody to hold my finger.
Oh, okay.
So she holding my finger. I was smashing, bro. Yeah.
It can't be that bad, oh. 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 It can't be that bad.
Man, my wife on Hello Kitty.
Hello Kitty. There's a
Hello Kitty Island Adventures.
That sounds fun as fuck.
It's fun.
Wait, are you like building your own island type of shit? Is it like Animal Crossing or something?
Yeah.
It's similar to Animal Crossing,
Dude,
but
I'm down for that.
I've converted a few people and they're like, it's better.
Yeah, she's fucking got a cabin in there right now. Just fucking refurbished that shit.
Yeah, I live in Spooky Swamp.
Oh shit! I mean, like you must have been playing Sims growing up, huh?
Hey, Sims was hard, bro.
I love
Sims.
video games.
Yeah, that was tough because you could kill them, right? You could actually kill people.
Motherfucker dying, they getting ate all day. That shit used to be crazy.
If you take them to the bathroom, they'll just pee on themselves.
You leave them in the swimming pool, they'll drown.
Yeah.
Dude, it was crazy. And like as children, they give us that power to play God. You're just fucking nuts, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and just like, let me just kill this. Let me kill this person in the swimming pool real quick.
Shit, that's how GTA was, bro. We went on suicide missions.
Dude.
5 stars real quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Dude, we'll be like 12 years old playing GTA, going into the strip club, trying to talk to these strippers.
Hey, doing the little, we're picking up them, the 304s.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Hop in the back seat. My mom passed by. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, and she's probably the one that bought you the game from GameStop or something.
Nah, shit. I got it from a friend.
Oh, what?
Yeah. I'm old. My mom old school Hispanic, bro. As soon as GTA came out, that shit was all through the news. Like, new game, teaching kids how to rob cars and steal cars, and it wasn't a good look, bro.
So she was privy to the idea that this was a bad game.
Yeah.
Because my mom, because I'm first generation too. And so my mom's from the Philippines. And so she didn't really have an idea of pop culture. And so she bought me GTA. And so I was able to just play that thing and be like, thanks, Mom. And little did she know I was out here robbing banks.
And we're practically the same.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You guys are practically Mexicans.
Dude, I say this all the time, that Filipinos are the Mexicans of Asia.
Mm-hmm.
Because look at this. I mean, we were both conquered by Spaniards, right? By conquistadors.
Yep.
Which is why we have so many of the same words in our language.
Yep.
Like tinidor.
Tenedor.
Cuchara, basura. A lot of like kitchen talk is like the same shit.
Yeah.
Or here's this thing. So
linguiça, all that shit.
What in Spanish? What does puto mean?
Puto?
Yeah.
Puto's like motherfucker, bitch ass nigga, however you want to put it.
Do you know what it is in Tagalog?
Yeah, it's a food.
It's the food.
Yeah.
Do you realize how confusing that is?
Yeah.
There was some dude in history that was just like, I know that this means like the most offensive shit, but we're going to make this a delicacy.
Yeah.
In the Philippines.
Yeah, my best friend's Filipino, bro, so I grew up around that culture.
You already know.
I mean? My little bro played basketball in Manila for some time and shit, yeah.
How tall is he?
I think like 6'3", 6'4", something like that.
And he's Filipino?
Yeah. Was born there, too.
He's like, that's a real Filipino?
Bro, actually his dad, shout out my guy, John Ordonio, was a fucking legend out there for like 8 years, was balling.
What?
He was like the Kobe of the Philippines.
Damn, dude. Filipino Kobe? Because typically is this way. Filipinos are hit with this curse of loving basketball so much, but only being like 4'11". It's messed up.
But you know what? Like They might not be the individuals making it to the league because of their height, but with these like kids up and coming right now, they make the fucking best coaches, bro. Because I ain't gonna lie, the Filipino players, they get shifty. You know what
you
I mean?
mean?
Like they got dribbles. You know what I mean? They really like all the ones that I know. Like if it's a 1v1 type of situation, the height don't matter, bro. They're
fast too.
They fast. They the ball handles is crazy. Like they really fuck with it.
It's because we're
I mean?
lower to the ground, so the dribbles are shorter, and so
that might be it. That might be it. I don't know. I've seen some crazy. I actually got a friend of mine that has a AAU team, and one of the divisions of his AAU team is all Filipino players.
Whoa!
And they do like Asian tournaments, and they be balling.
Whoa! I didn't even realize that was a thing.
Hell yeah, that's a thing.
Shit, if I was good at basketball, I mean, the only thing I'm good at in regards to sports is probably like NBA Street, the video game. You know?
Oh yeah, that's throwback right there.
It is throwback. How about you? You good at ball?
Hell no. I'm gonna shoot that shit around though. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie though, my defense crazy. You know, my kids are hoopers. You know, my sons, they're hoopers and shit, and they know my offense is ass. But let me get on defense like that. I think my kids like they like that's like a goal of theirs to like get past me one day.
Whoa,
you know
for
what I
real?
mean? They know I can't shoot for shit. You know what I mean?
But you're a good center.
Yeah. You ain't getting past me for sure.
Well, I mean, and I bet you're the type of guy that's good at really talking shit on the court and like playing mind games, huh?
It depends who it's with. Yeah, because
I can't imagine with your kids.
No, I mean my kids. You gotta know your kids, right? So my kids, you don't need to talk shit because the fact that you can't get past me, you already in your feelings.
Ooh,
you know what I mean?
That does.
But I'm fuck, bro. They're getting older, and so am I. They're gonna be fucking dogging me one day. You know what I mean?
How old are they now?
16. My boys are 16, 12, and about to be 9. Then I got 2 girls.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
You got a whole village.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations
I got a
on
basketball
fatherhood,
team.
man.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow. Yeah, you could make your own basketball team, bro.
If there was like some type of like co-ed, for sure, I'd have my starting 5 right there.
Fuck, dude, you're set. You're already set, man. Baby Gas, welcome to the podcast, brother.
Thank you, bro, for having me.
I'm excited, man.
Hell yeah.
I feel the dopamine. You're a dope ass guy. I've been doing some research on you, and for a long time, you've been on my radar. Because you just have dope ass music. You've collabed with some of the greatest greats in the Bay Area. And before this turns into one of those podcasts where it's just an interview about your life that everyone already knows, go watch another interview. But I'm just let's do a summary. You're from East Oakland.
Yeah.
Born in San Francisco.
Yeah.
We know that you've collabed with people like E40 and Richie Rich. We know that you're half El Salvadorian and half Mexican. We know that it was tough growing up. We know that you were homeless at like the age of 15 living in your Civic.
Come on.
Now that we got that out the way, let's have a good time.
Oh my God, did this shit. That's what the fuck I like to hear, bro. Congratulations, man. Because I think as a media platform, media has now became like everything else. You know, the cameramans, the producers, the rappers, everybody wants to be in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the only way that you're going to be different from the next person is you do something different than the next person. So, quick tip for everybody watching. If you got a podcast platform and you bring me on there and you just ask me all the same questions as the next podcast, high chances are that I probably won't share that clip. You know what I mean?
Because you could find it anywhere else, man.
That's it.
I mean, but like what people need to know about you is that you be doing different shit other than just the music and just the collaborations with some of the greats. You just showed me a video of you flying a plane, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And like it was super regular to you.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the you are living a GTA type life, you know?
Yeah. I think side quests is what like make all of this fun.
Yeah,
you
dude.
know what I mean? And then you gotta like realize somebody told me a long time ago like that the way there is where a lot of the fun happens. You know what I mean? So that's what I'll be doing. You know what I mean? Anything I could get my hands on. And what's crazy is that I've been doing this for so long that normal shit is fun to me.
Yeah, I understand that, dude. It's kind of like when you get into the thick of it and when you're lost in the sauce, sometimes it's just that normal banter. Or what's something else? Or just showing, like going to Empire, not even talking about music, but like showing people El Salvadorian food. That's like some normal shit on a dope level, you know?
Yeah.
And that's a dope example,
but
man.
see, on the flip side though to that, like what I mean is like, you might have somebody who's working at, a chip factory that listens to Baby Gas, right? And they might feel like my lifestyle is crazy. But then I find out how to make chips and I'm like, whoa, that's crazy.
You're right,
You know what I mean? Like, I love shit like that, bro.
Like, you don't have to be at any level of success to not appreciate how jelly beans are made at the Jelly Belly factory, you know?
That part.
We're all going to be like, oh, that's
That part.
That's how you
what I
make
mean?
a
That's
booger
actually,
flavor.
that's like my next goal right there is to take a couple tours at these factories where they just do like random shit. The Cutie factory.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Dude, how do you take an orange and make it Ewok size? You know what I'm saying?
yeah, that part.
Dude, yeah, cuties are basically the Filipinos of oranges. You know? They
Yeah.
Because they're just as good, you know?
Yeah.
Filipinos are good at basketball. You know, cuties are still taste as
Yeah,
good.
they fire for sure. Yep.
Damn, small but mighty. What are some other side quests you want to do, bro?
Honestly, like everything that I haven't done, like you realize the more that you like mingle and you travel, you realize like, damn, that's a thing. I didn't realize that was a thing. You know what I mean? So like every so often, I bump into certain individuals or like, for example, I, about 2 years ago or a year and a half ago, I had the privilege of, being on set for, about a month for a new movie that, God willing, may be coming out this year. And that right there was like, oh shit, like when you shooting a movie, there's a person for this.
Yeah.
Like I was there, I was paid to be an actor in the movie, and there's like this whole thing with talent where they treat talent the best. They want to make sure talent's not getting rained on or nothing crazy. And I'm just there, just kicking it with the crew. You know what I mean? Because it's like, bro, what you do is tight. What you do is tight. You know what I mean? Once we would finish like film days, instead of going out to go eat with the talent, I'm going with the crew.
Dude, that's beautiful to hear.
Tell me that job you were doing on set. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know there was a designated person to pull focus.
Whoa.
You know what I mean? Like, that's all he's paid there to do. I forgot the role or the title of the role, but he has his own little screen. Then he's just pulling focus. That's all he's doing. You know what I mean?
Whoa.
So a camera operator is really just operating the camera, making sure that he's handling the angles and all that. But he ain't got to worry about being focused.
There's a focus, dude.
There's a focus guy.
Bro, have you seen that movie La La Land before? No?
I don't think so. What's the plot?
Well, I missed the one with like Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone, and it's like this jazz pianist that lives in LA and he's just trying to make it as a jazz pianist.
Oh, no, I haven't.
There's some crazy shots in there where like the cameraman has to switch from going right here and has to switch right here like hella fast multiple times in one shot.
I've seen the BTS to that, and then somebody's tapping him
Exactly.
on the shoulder. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That means that there's one guy whose job that day was to be the shoulder tapper.
Yep.
Like, that's a very... But how do you go outside of that job and explain what your job is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. But, that's why it's dope to be around things. Like, I've always said that music is like the gateway for us. Like, maybe... how many individuals I know that, like, made a living off of rapping or singing, and then they found their real interest and left the shit behind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they open doors to a lot of other shit. The reality is, like, whether it's a movie set or anywhere else, 9 times out of 10, you wouldn't have been there if you weren't that person with a platform. So the fact that you're in the door and then you see all these dope ass shit, maybe that does interest me more than this.
Damn.
And eventually I'm like, I could get paid for doing that? Yeah. Put me in the game.
When you were growing up, was there something you wanted to be other than a rapper?
Yeah, doctor.
Oof.
Yeah.
Do you know what kind of doctor?
Surgeon.
Damn, you just went straight for the... I knew immediately I didn't want to be a surgeon.
Yep. Anatomy and all that was super dope to me.
Holy shit.
Yeah, for sure. And then matter of fact, I got stuck on Grey's Anatomy for years, bro. That was like one of my random shows that I was on.
That's a commitment.
Yeah. Shout out Shonda Rhimes too, genius.
Oh shit,
But
dude.
yeah, for sure.
And so you were thinking to yourself like, man, I want to do this.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, that's crazy. And then they go, what I didn't know as a kid is I'm thinking like a surgeon was a surgeon for everything.
Yeah.
What I didn't know was that there was like a neurosurgeon, cardio,
There's a whole
you
bunch
know
of
what I mean, a
stuff,
whole
dude.
bunch of like departments that people end up focusing on. But yeah, I thought to myself like, I've We did science. We split open like a frog and all this shit. I'm like, this is lit. I remember in science class, we split open a frog and I took home the heart. I put a little rubber glove, took that shit home. You feel me? Yeah, for sure.
You were taking organs, dude.
And then I went to, I did freshman year, 8th grade freshman year. It's a little different in Mexico, but I went to school in Mexico. And their system is a little different, bro. They had like full-on fetuses in jars in our science class, like some crazy shit. And I heard that, senior year or something like that, you work on, what's it called, cadavers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That early?
Yeah.
Hell no, dude.
And I'm like, I didn't end up staying till senior year, obviously. I came back freshman year or end of freshman year, but I always thought, like, damn, that would have been sick, bro.
You would have been down for that?
Hell yeah.
Dude, I don't know if I could have stomached that.
I'd be down right now.
For real?
Yeah.
Dude, like, I cut myself cutting some vegetables the other day, and I almost passed. I can't do it.
Really?
Let alone look at a cadaver.
What's them type of videos? Is it gore?
Oh, yeah, gorecore, something like that?
Gorecore, like, you just fucking...
Just hella bloody?
Hella bloody.
Is that your algorithm?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah, that's my wife, for sure. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Because you're stuck on it, and you watch it till the end?
Yeah, bro.
What's an example?
Like, maybe somebody got they face shot off, you know what I mean? And then all you see is half the face split open. And let's make this clear, right? It's not the fact that somebody just got hurt or somebody got shot that interests me. It's the fact that, like, damn, that's what the inside looks like. That's crazy to me. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'll never forget, right? Quick story. When I was younger, my older brother ended up getting stabbed. Ooh. And in a situation, and we didn't know he was stabbed until like moments later, right? We seen him bleeding from a shirt, but he lifted up his shirt, and I could see his guts, and that shit was cool as fuck to me. You know what I mean? Like,
what?
Obviously, during the time, right, we tried to get my guy to the hospital. You know what I mean? Like, making sure my guy don't die on us.
Of course.
But aside from that, I'm like, that's pretty fucking
But
sick.
you were like, damn, that's crazy. Took a picture with your phone. Damn, that's nuts. Can you turn this way?
Yeah. I'm like, damn, like, let me fucking...
Like, can I touch it?
Yeah.
That's so you're just curious is what it is.
Yeah.
And that's probably what's like added to your success, because if you're curious, you'll find a way to figure it out. That is what success is.
Well, I think that's kind of like what doctors go through now. Like, a couple months ago, me and wifey out on date night, I try to toss a bottle out the fucking car window and I end up fucking splitting my whole finger. My finger was hanging off. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm wrapping in a fucking T-shirt. I'm driving at the time. Well, I drove to like Stanford or something like that. I'm driving to the hospital, smashing. Wifey holding the fuck out of my finger. My shit splattered all over my car, bro. All on the digital dash. Crazy shit. It was like a murder scene. So I'm smashing, you know what I mean? She holding my finger and shit. We get to the hospital and, we check in like, he bleeding and shit. They're like, how bad? She was like, they're like, can you take the shirt off his finger? That shit said fucking splattered everywhere. They're like, yup, wrap it. Let's get him to the back. You know what I mean? Well, I say that to say to the regular person, like, oh, fuck, this dude's fucking finger's cutting off. Doctor comes in like, bro, relax, dip it in this water. I'm going to sew it back on for you. You know what I mean? So just like that calm mindset of like, it's not as serious as you may think. You know what I mean? I think I could have been like a pretty good like fucking EMT at least or something.
You probably could have, dude. If you have like a good resistance to seeing that stuff and to experiencing, like, what was your reaction when your finger was hanging off?
I call what I do.
I can see her face.
Yeah, what I do? You got a mic over there. Tell her what I do.
He called his mom first and was like, "Mom, like, you think I'll be okay? I just put a Band-Aid on it."
Oh shit! What the fuck?
And when we got to the hospital and we told him, like, yeah, he just wanted to put a Band-Aid on it, the doctor was like, you would have died in your sleep because you would have bled out.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I faced up. My mom's in the medical field, right? So I'm like, what you think, Mom? Like, you know what I mean? And then she's like, what the fuck? She's like, get your ass to the hospital right now. You know what I mean? So I'm like, damn. And at the time, I'm in the city. And I'm like, ain't no way I'm going to no San Francisco hospital. I won't get in for hours. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm gonna drive to the next best thing, which I think was like Dublin or something. So I smashed to Dublin from San Francisco to Dublin. Probably like a 35-minute drive.
And you were still the one driving? That's crazy.
I was the one driving. Well, I needed somebody to hold my finger.
Oh, okay.
So she holding my finger. I was smashing, bro. Yeah. Ended up getting like 13 stitches.
Dude, that's some gangster shit, dude.
Yep.
People get shot, people get stabbed. You just had a hanging finger that opened up like a fucking Tic Tac container?
Bro, the shit was hanging, bro. It was damn near gone,
dude.
you know what I mean? Now there's no feeling on the finger, though. They did save the finger, but can't feel shit on it.
For real?
Yeah.
It's your right index finger?
Yep, this one right here.
That's an important one.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So now, like, if you got to go pick your nose, you have to use
I thought I was about to be like, you right, you know what I mean? But nah, they saved it. And you know what's crazy, bro? Like, how old are you?
I'm 32.
Okay, so I'm 30, right? Do you know that we are the new doctors? Like, bro, I was in the fucking emergency room at the time. I'm tripping like, damn, am I going to lose my finger? Where the doctor at? And the nurses in the fucking lobby playing Cupcake, No Feeling.
Damn,
I'm
they're
like,
slapping.
bro, they slapping. I'm like, fuck, we the new generation, bro.
Yeah.
We don't even take ourselves serious.
Hell
But
no,
he
dude.
did his job though. He did his thing for sure.
That's how it is. Yeah, these doctors are looking young. My mom had like a, what do you call it? Like a really bad bunion a few years ago. And then her main doctor was this like younger, like good looking, like white guy. And I know my mom. I could tell she was feeling this guy. And she's just like bringing him chocolates and shit. I'm like, the fuck, dude? Like, dad's at home.
Yeah.
And she's just like, here, I remember because I was driving her to appointments because she couldn't, put her foot to the pedal because of the bunion. So I remember the last day she looked hella sad and she brought him some like truffle chocolates. And when he said like, bye, Rose, she was just like, I love you. Dude, and I was like, no. This is fucking disgusting, dude. But yeah, they're everybody's getting younger and younger nowadays, man. I don't know how you do it. And I don't like, kudos to you for wanting to have been a surgeon growing up because like I could not have. Man, I breathe out my mouth, bro. That's not a good prerequisite to being a surgeon.
Yeah. I mean, the struggle got the best of us. Yeah. And I think once you in the struggle, like there's certain things you didn't even care about anymore. Certain things don't even exist to you until you get out of that like survival mode. You know what I mean? Like, these kids, for example, it wasn't until like I got my first real bag and like I got to like slow down and calm down that motherfucker was like the little birds chirping again. You know what I mean? You don't pay attention to that shit when you trying to get it. I woke up in my car. Yeah. Ain't no fuck. I don't give a fuck about none of this shit but what this next meal is gonna be and what the bag gonna be. So there's definitely and I think now for like my kids, that's what I try to provide is like the tools and like to make sure that they don't feel that stress. Yeah. You know what I mean? Till you can focus on what you really want to focus on.
That's the main part of what I hear about fatherhood or just parenthood in general is that you are providing a better life for your children than you could have ever had, right? Mm-hmm. And like hopefully they take that and they continue it and you just want to provide them with better opportunities.
Yeah, for sure.
But because you went through that shit, you got some like it's built a lot of your characteristics now.
Yeah.
Like what it feels like. You said something on an interview. You said just like, I ain't tripping if I have to do this all over again, Yeah. Because you know what it feels like to be at rock bottom rather than people that like grew up like a pretty lavish life, get success. They're afraid to lose that shit. But you're like, if it comes, it comes. I'll just build my way back up because you know what it feels like.
And if we've done it plenty of times. You know what I mean? I think like anybody that's really deep into this entrepreneurship and it's all you do, right? We're not talking like 9 to 5 as a backup. Like if you just wake up, go to sleep as an entrepreneur, all your eggs in one basket or so. I mean, we've seen, fucking under $1,000 in your bank account, and then fucking next day there's 100,000 plus. You know what I mean? It's just that, like, you got to be able to be comfortable at all times. Know that it's all right. Everything gonna come and go. Money is the main thing that comes and go. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, if we've done it once, we could do it twice. If we do it twice, we could do it 3 times. Damn. And that's when it comes to funding. You know what I mean? When it comes to funds, I'm a big believer. Like, just God got us. Yeah, I mean, we good.
Man, that's good that you have that kind of mindset because in this industry, you have to have thick skin, dude. This shit is not for babies. You have to have you can't let ego get to you. You gotta be in it for the slow game, especially like in this day and age. We're all just kind of like dopamine fiends, where we just want the next hit, especially with social media.
Yep. And you got to realize like the grass ain't always greener, right? Not all the people see like the followers, the fame, the following, the platforms, and people like, I want to be a content creator. You know what I mean? Not knowing that like, hey, we've been in situations where we've been invited to some crazy shit that we did not see ourselves being invited to. And the issue is not that we're in the door, we're there, but the issue is like, do we have the funds to afford that trip?
Yeah.
To even get there in the first place. You know what I mean? So I've seen it all, bro. I've seen the ups, the downs. But I'm a God-fearing man. And one of the quotes that always like sticks with me is like, how is God gonna give you more if you don't know what to do with the little he has already given you? You know what I mean? So give me a little shit. We're going to bust this down, but whatever little you gave me, I'm going to make that motherfucker look like a whole lot. Give me one slice of bread, it's going to be a loaf to the public.
Damn,
you know what I mean? And, when we ready, we ready. It's all on God's timing, really.
That's a beautiful mindset that you have. You have a good head on your shoulders, Gas. I mean, you're the type of dude that, like, if I was stuck on an island, I think I would want you there because you would help me increase my chances of living.
Really? See, I'm the type of individual that I think if I'm on the island, I want to be there by myself.
So you find a way to get rid of me?
Yeah. I'm like, God put this dude here because he gonna be our food for the next month. You know what I mean? Like,
shit, dude.
Like some crazy shit. I am one of those people though. Like when I'm stressed, when I'm like trying to figure something out, it needs to be a solo thing.
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean? It's a solo thing. Years ago, man, I remember like I was going through like a shift where, I wasn't seeing the type of revenue that I would want to see, from doing the stuff that I was already doing. And when it came down to the nitty gritty, where it was like, all right, something got to get done today. I'll tell my wife, and I love my wife. I love having her with me everywhere we go because she's also a creative and she adds to the creative shit. But when it's time to get in a grind, I'll be back tonight. This is a solo thing. This is a solo mission, and I work best by myself.
I feel that.
You know what I mean? And that's when we're in survival mode. So if we was on an island, trust me, if I was by myself, I'm gonna make it out easier than somebody's like, what about this stick? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
dude, that'd be me.
Yeah.
That's me. I'm the what about this thing guy.
Cause hey, bro, when I'm stressed and I'm like, we're in survival mode, I become that asshole. You know what I mean?
Shit.
Put that fucking stick down. That's a stupid ass stick. You know what I mean? Like, let me go get this shit done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. Wow. That means you'd be like even better in a zombie apocalypse. You'd be one of them dudes that just like roams around by themselves. Maybe a dog with you,
Maybe a dog.
To like help you alert for things or help you hunt or some shit.
Yep.
See? I mean, I respect it. I think I'm definitely the type of dude that needs a village to survive. Bro, like I say this all the time. I'm really bad at drinking water. If my lady wasn't in my life, I would have died from dehydration yesterday.
Really?
So, yeah, dude. Like I'm only drinking water right now so that I look like a decent human in front of you guys.
Yeah. Whole time is hella nasty. Yeah, I feel it.
Yeah.
I feel it.
Nah, dude, but like it's cool that you have a good balance of everything, of the hustle, of knowing to be a good human because of to be a good human. That's how you like succeed in life, right? Especially in this day and age. Like right now, people know where you're from, what you do, what you like, who you've collabed with, but they don't. But you're trying to show the world like who you really are as a person.
Yeah.
When you've like, cause you've changed like your content strategy in like different ways. Like, have you noticed a change ever since you've switched up in that way?
Yeah, I mean, the good, the bad, the follows, the unfollows, but you got to understand, like, when you come with a new approach or you're trying to rebrand yourself, we're getting older, bro. You know what I mean? Like, that's the reality. Like, the truth is that you can't expect the gas from 10 years ago. You know what I mean? My mindset's different. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm a lot more blessed now than I was then. So when I wake up in the morning, there's a lot more shit to be thankful about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You caught me 10 years ago, I was mad.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? I'm mad that I'm even waking up like this. So, don't play with me right now. You know what I mean? But now it's like, I wake up, I see my beautiful children and, my wife and the stuff that we got and the people around us. And, it's crazy, right? That these are like the little simple things that they teach you in fucking first grade. You know what I mean? Treat others how you want to be treated. Yeah. And it's just that energy that you put out into the world. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, people know, like, they there's no secret, right? Like, I actually was talking about this on another podcast the other day. It's like, bro, I'm not one of those type of people to, like, push any type of negativity in today's time. The internet is a place where things live forever, right? Yeah. So if you wanted to do your research on me, all you had to do was like Google me or YouTube me. But I think where I'm at now, I just hit 30. I still have not achieved my life goal that I've been aiming for, I've been working towards. So now it's a lot more of like, all right, let's cut the bullshit and really focus on getting where we need to go. You know what I mean? Life's too short. I lost too many people in the last like 5 years. So I think that it's like, bro, you gotta stop playing, bro. You know what I mean? Because you never know. Life insurance is a prime example, right? Yeah. It's like people, you lose people, they don't have none to leave behind to their kids. And I'm not just talking about life insurance policies. I'm just talking about life insurance in the sense of like, did you set up your family for when you're gone? Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like my everyday right now. It's like,
that's your life goal, is to set them up for success.
Yeah, for sure. You know what I mean?
And I think I know you've talked about it before, but like I think what's beautiful about you is that you are able to become this kind of man even though you grew up in a broken home. Like, you didn't really have a father figure.
Nah, not at all.
Your dad was incarcerated for a long ass time, dude. And so like when you became a dad at an early age, like, you kind of had to figure that shit out for yourself.
Yeah. The shit's fun though. Yeah. Fatherhood is fun. I will say that.
What are some examples of how it's fun?
Well, for one of my kids, they stupid as a motherfucker. Like, and I'm talking about in the way that they act. Like, they're fucking fools, bro. Like, they have like bits and pieces of like, of me in them. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, it's the balance of like trying to be a parent and sometimes try to be serious, and then the other side of like, fuck, that's something I would say. You know what I mean? So it's like, and they all have different parts of me. Like, my youngest daughter, she's a singer. Wow. She sings. She's like been playing with the vocals lately. My youngest son, YouTuber. He's like been starting his YouTube journey. He just actually got hired for his first actual commercial recently. Shit. You know what I mean? He came on set super confident, like he'd been doing this. My older sons, they're like, you have a quiet version of me, which I can be, really observant, and then there's the oldest son that's like, he's like the one that's like, he knows how to survive. You know what I mean? Like, so there's like portions, my daughters and my sons have like little pieces of me. So it's like super dope to see it. They become like your friends. The more that they grow up, you just start kicking it with them.
That's what I hear.
You know what I mean? Like, me and my wife will be just having a blast. We'll go out to dinner with our kids, and that's better than going out to eat with like your friends or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's dope. It's definitely dope, man. I recommend it. If you ain't got no kids, go pop one or two.
Well, it's up to Miss Lady, dude. I mean, like, I understand that, like, it's up to the girl because that's 9 months. That's 3 trimesters of work. And I'm about 30 seconds of work, you know what I'm saying?
He said, yeah.
If that. But like, I'm really just a little bit of the process. So it's up to her. And she's like a tiny 4'11" Filipino girl. So like, having like a baby that's half her size is probably going to be a lot of work. But like, I do look around. So I grew up with like a bunch of female cousins. So like, I know that like, if and when we have kids, I want me a daughter, bro. Just get me like a little girl that like that could be like that I could just like take care of and like protect, because that's the kind of energy that I grew up on. Would you say that when you had your first daughter that like it softened you up a bit, would you say?
Yeah, it definitely like shows you how to love differently, but it stresses you the fuck out.
Ooh.
Yeah, it stresses you the fuck out, bro. Like, you know, I want my daughters to be like a even balance of like a thuggerella.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, dad taught me the game. Dad, you know, like my oldest daughter fucking hates that I'm right like 99% of the time. You know what I mean? That's like one of our things we clash on. We're both Virgos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like we have similar mindsets, but there's like certain things that I like try to teach her that she'll end up coming back. Like she won't tell me I'm right, but she's implying like, yeah. You know what I mean? So I want my daughters to obviously have like, you know, their girly side to them as any girls do. You know, my youngest daughter plays with Barbies and things like that, but she got her brothers, so she down the box too. You know what I mean? So yeah, it definitely gets you in that like soft era, you know what I mean? But like it stresses you out because you know this fucking world is cruel too. It's fucked
And like
up.
I just know how like being a boy and like having growing up around other men, you just know how bad men can be, or just how careless men can be.
Yeah.
And it's like it could be a very scary world for a woman, and especially if it's like a girl that you raised from a young fetus up until like she's a woman, right?
Yeah.
You get nervous about that type.
Yeah,
of
but
stuff,
you know,
man.
it's like I think like real men, they respect when there's something to be respected.
Yeah.
So I think like, you know, God willing, I get to see, you know, my daughters get married or, you know, grow up into the women that they will be. I think like as long as the dudes out there or their partners that they choose in the future, you know, see that they have a dad that get to tripping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What's that one movie? Was it like Den of Thieves or something? Where 50 Cent was like, let me holler at him real quick.
Yeah.
And everybody was in the garage, you know what I mean? Bro came with the little red rag in there, like, hey, cool, like, you know, we get it. All these young boys, they come from their different walks of life. I got 3 of them.
Yeah.
But just so you know, like, she got people behind her that that'll be at your door. You know what I mean? So
I mean, on a more comedic level, what's that in Bad Boys, right? When I think I don't know if is it Martin Lawrence's or
it's Martin Lawrence's daughter, but it's Will Smith. Yeah,
and it's both of them at the door.
Yeah,
and they're just really checking this guy.
Yeah,
that's also what could happen. You
that's
know,
what it is.
And that shit, you know, I'm a nice guy. And I don't look like I could really scare anyone. Like, my shirt's tucked in underneath this. I don't look like anyone that could.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's not one of them button ones, though, right?
No,
okay. I've been seeing, like, this new man button onesie.
No, dude, that's crazy. Ain't to that extent.
Okay, all right.
Ain't to that extent. It's just for the fit. But anyway, like, I'm not like a scary guy. And like if I have a future daughter and like I know that I'm gonna have to probably like I'm gonna have to toughen up a little bit, like check this guy and make sure like, hey, are you good? You good for my daughter? Even saying that right now, I'm just like I know that I probably have to have you there and be my Will Smith.
Yeah.
At the door.
Well, you know, I think it's like I'm old school, bro. I'm old school in the sense of like, you know, when I got with my wife, for example, like I pulled up on her dad. You know what I mean? Like I'm that. If you one of those people that, you know, you're gonna be picking up my daughter and you can't even get off the car.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that's a problem. You know what I mean?
Dude, get out the car, walk up to the door, shake my hand.
Look, I'm one of them people that's hard to dislike, bro, because I'm always going to come up to the door regardless. I'm going to shake families' hands that don't like me, and eventually you going to turn. You know what I mean? Like, man, he cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, and I try to raise my kids, my boys, the same way. Like, you know, you going to go on a date with somebody, have you talked to her dad? You know what I mean? Because just pulling up and shit, I mean, that's kind of crazy. When you want something serious with somebody, you know what I mean? Like, if y'all just doing whatever, you know, a little fling or two, I mean, I ain't really got too much tips for that. But if you want, like, something for real and you want to be, like, respected, like I said, as men, you respect what's to be respected. And that's respectful, you know. Even if you are a kid that I do not like, I respect the fact that you come to my door right now. You know what I mean? Like,
it's important to be in the good graces of your significant other's family, you know? Like, even when I got to meet my girl's family, I knew that I had to be I had to be on my best behavior because this is her life that I got to take care of. And vice versa. My family's kind of scary because I told you I grew up with like hella girl cousins.
Yeah.
So when she came to one of my family parties, I got all these girls her age just like staring her down, making sure that she's going to take care of me. But
and you know what? I'm a little different than that though. I'm not one of those people that like I gotta show up on my best behavior. I'm really just myself. You know, me and my father-in-law got this little joke that we, you know, well, really it was him that brought the joke up, right? He's like, you know, I first came around her other family, not her immediate like parents and all that. We're talking like uncles and grandpa and all that, and he had made a comment like, yeah, you know, like, yeah, I love my son-in-law, man. At first, I didn't know how I was going to feel about him. Like, you know, I thought I was going to have to shoot at him or something.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, well, I shoot back. You know what I mean? And he's like, this is why I love this kid. You know what I mean? And, you know, I think that's kind of like the energy when we got married and it came down to like him handing off his daughter, like, you know what time it is, you know what I mean? You kind of see like a reflection of yourself. Like if I'm this certain way and I'm down to shoot somebody over my daughter, you know what I mean? Now I'm handing her off to somebody that gonna shoot back over my daughter. Yeah, this the guy.
Wow,
you know what I mean? Like,
dude.
yeah, for sure.
That's a great story. Yeah, not that I would say that to my father-in-law, but you know, I once again my shirt's tucked in. Yeah. But like, remember back in the day, if you wanted to ask for someone's hand in marriage, you had to bring them like 2 goats or something.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. And it was just like, it was usually like a farmer's daughter or something. You're just like, I love your daughter. Here's 2 goats. There's 2 lives. It's like now the equivalent is something like that. Is that like, oh, I'd kill for your daughter, you know?
Yeah.
Damn, dude. If and when I become a father, it looks like I'll have to come to you for like some advice because, and I do hear that they just become your best friends, little versions of you, and like people that you could like make fun of, you know, like you could just like crack jokes at.
I roast the shit out of my kids, bro. If somebody got to do it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, because, you know, the world is cruel. You know, that's the way that I look at it. So, like, I tell my kids straight up. My oldest daughter's the main one. She'll come up to me. She's like, what you think about this fit?
Yeah.
I'm like, that shit hella ugly. You know what I mean? But, you know, I also teach them, don't give a fuck what nobody say.
Yeah.
Because if you like that fit, you rock the fuck out of that fit. You know what I mean? Because ain't nobody could tell me shit about what I wear.
Yeah.
But if you asking for my opinion, I'm going to tell you before somebody else does. That don't go together. You know what I mean? Like, but, you know, and they respect that, you know what I mean? And I think now it's, you know, all my kids got thick skin. They be roasting each other and, you know, the boys especially. My youngest boy, he ruthless. Oof. You know, he throw the low blows. Oof. Like, you know, because they be tag teaming him. Like my 12-year-old and my 16-year-old, they'll tag team him because he the youngest, he be tripping.
Damn.
Yeah, he be tripping. I be downstairs. I be hearing them going back and forth, and then I hear it say some like low shit. I be like, hey, like, bro, you had a pocket. You know, you can't be saying shit like that. The fuck, you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, it's fun, bro. Gotta love it.
You're raising a den of fighters. You know, that's truly what it is. And like, if they grow up like being roasted and with thick skin, then they can survive in the world.
Yeah,
because like, if you don't grow up with cousins or siblings that roast the fuck out of you and you experience that shit in school, then it's different.
Yeah. You're like, I'm getting bullied. Like,
yeah, dude.
You know what I mean? Like,
you also grew up like when you were first getting into it, you were rap battling too.
I was.
Ooh, how are those days?
I was. You know what? It was, especially being Hispanic, I was challenged a lot. You know what I mean? I was definitely challenged a lot. But people gave me my flowers when they were deserved, though. You know what I mean? Especially because, you know, in the rap battle, you know, I wasn't like, you know, 8 Mile rap battling. It was all at school and, you know, like places like that. Like in my younger years, the crowd speaks for itself. You know what I mean? So it was like the crowd decides who wins or who got the loudest. You know what I mean? And people had no other choice but to like respect it. I think our era was like that era of like not being sore losers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whether it was a rap battle or you was fist fighting, you took your L to the chin.
That's how you had
You
to
know,
do it.
and it made you look better than you acting like you lost because of something. You know what I mean? Like, nah, bro, you lost. Give respect to the person that beat you and keep it lit.
It's
You
a
know what I mean?
skirmish,
Yeah,
for real.
For sure.
It's do you remember any specific bars from those rap battle days?
I don't. But it was always on somebody's appearance. It
Yeah.
had to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It had to be. I used to bump into rap battles and they'll like hit me with bars that would be like general statements. I'm like, that shit written.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean?
Because I also grew up in that rap battle era, and like I know it's probably gonna surprise you, but I was battle rapping in high school. Dude.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I was just like, I don't know how I got into it because like I'm an improv guy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like I like comedy, and so with improv I learned how to freestyle. And so I'd just be freestyling at lunch, just like with my friends.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I would have these like kids that were actually trying to pursue a rap career come up to me and be like, "Yo, you got to go here. Meet Shaka at lunch.
Yeah.
He want to battle you."
Yeah, that's exactly how it used to happen.
Yeah, they would send a messenger
Yeah.
and be like, "Yo, meet him at the quad. He want to battle you." I'm like, "The fuck, dude?"
Yeah.
And so I remember I went up against this dude, and all of his homies were just like, "Yo, Shaka, you better kill this slumdog millionaire."
Yeah.
I'm like, "I'm not even Indian. Like, why are you calling me that?"
Yeah, yeah.
And so I remember this guy was like this taller black guy, and I said something like, blah, 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 blah. "Yeah, your raps are whack, and look at you. You look like an anorexic Shaq." And very simple bar.
Yeah, yeah.
But collectively the school was going, "Oh fuck," and that started my rap battle career, bro.
Damn, see, I mean, those were the times, man. We had fun, you know what I mean? It's super funny that you said that because that's exactly how it happened. Like, they'll pull up to your table or your little kick-it spot. They'll send a messenger. Lunchtime, cafeteria, this table, and then like it's already, and it was cool though too, because you know the yard duties or security would be like, "Y'all fighting?" Like, "Nah, it's about to go down though." You know what I mean?
And they're like, "Okay, we're cool with that."
Yeah, we're good with that, and it was cool, man. It was cool. We don't. I don't know if that goes on in today's time.
No, I think these kids nowadays, they're just vaping in the bathroom. I think that's truly what it is.
And you know what? I can't even knock it though, because like they vaping in the bathroom. We was smoking weed in the bathroom. We was fighting in the bathroom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, shit, bro. I mean, I think like every generation they go through their shit. You know what I mean? So like I try to not to be too hard on like my kids on certain shit. You know what I mean? But
Makes sense.
it's cool. You know what I
Be
mean?
doing worse things.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
real.
way worse for sure.
Yeah. What's like one of them deviant things you used to do in high school? You ever like break into a place or just
Yeah.
that you could talk about?
Yeah. We definitely. We fought, smoked, shit like that. We definitely broke into some, like classrooms and shit. There was like a teacher that we had that like always used. Well, technically we didn't break in. They let us in, right? It was everybody went out to lunch. So did the teacher, but I had like quote unquote left my jacket in there.
Yeah.
I had the janitor that we was cool with open the class for us. And then we took like all these king size candy bars that this teacher used to have that used to give to like the top scorer of last week's test. You know what I mean? And like, long story short, bro, she never found out that it was us, but like motherfuckers the top scorers didn't get candy for like 3 months. You know what I mean? So like the little shit that she used to do, she was like, I don't know who did it. But like everybody paying for it, you know what I mean? It was just me and my fucking fat ass friends.
That's crazy. And imagine
king-size Twix and all the crazy shit. You know what I mean?
Imagine being in class and she's just like, "Who took my candy?" And it's you and your homies with chocolate on your face. And you're like, "I don't know who did it."
Yeah, we had a time. And back in those days, moms was scary, but my phone numbers at school weren't attached to my mom; they were attached to my older sister.
Ooh, you're
smart. So they call and they'd be my older sister, and she'll get on my ass, on some sibling shit, but she'd never snitch me out. The only time my mom found out was if I was suspended and I couldn't go to school tomorrow.
Damn, dude. Would you get hit as a kid? Because I definitely did.
Look, bro, I used to get. I'm gonna tell you like this. belts, hangers, chanclas.
Oh man.
Just straight up popped in the mouth. Damn. I remember actually they used to send us to the bathroom with the lights off when I was like probably like 4 or 5. You know what I mean? That was like a little punishment. My
Did
mom
you just be chilling in the bathroom?
I used to be chilling in the bathroom, bro.
You're just like, fine, I wanted my privacy anyway.
It was just like super random, but the lights off. I don't know if it was like he's scared of the dark. I would toss his ass in the bathroom, you know what I mean? And then like you used to have to wait there until moms came, like, get your ass out of here, you know what I mean? I don't understand some of this shit, but I think sometimes too it's like my mom being a single mom, she was just trying anything that could potentially put that fear into us. Just because, like, you know, you ain't got no father figure to be like that stern person. My mom had to turn up. And then it got to an age where she's like, hitting you hurts me more. Like, you know, her hand will start stinging. So then she started pulling the, you can't go out this weekend. And I was like, what? What? Hold on, we got a party bus on Friday. I can't go out? Like, nah. So you used to have to do like the dishes or the chores ahead of time and try to like hope that she like will break. And she wouldn't unless if she had like a visitor coming, like a friend coming from out of town where her like kids and family and they were going to come over. That was like a thing for us. Like back in the day, if my mom had visitors, she'd be like, get the fuck out. Don't come back until the lights come on. Because, you know, we'll be hella rude to running through conversations and all that shit. So she'll send us out. So if that was a situation like that, she'll be like, you could go. Wow. But don't do that shit again. But there was times where she, you know, put her foot down and she stood on business, you know, didn't let me go out. And I missed some pretty memorable nights, according to the people when I went back to school.
No, your homies were just like, dude.
My boy's like, bro, you missed it, bro. It's me and like 5 bitches. I'm like, fuck, bro. My mom's, man. Like, it'd be so crazy that doesn't regularly happen. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Fuck, dude. No, I definitely connect with that because my parents would ground me, or like back when I was a kid though, they would like if they weren't home, but like my grandma would be watching over me, and then like I would get in trouble, they would like have my grandma hit me, which was cool because my grandma was like 85, and so her hits felt like nothing. It was, once again, it was just like it probably hurts her more to hit me more than anything, dude.
Yeah, those were the days, bro. Those were the days. I mean, you know, gotta love it, man. My mom's older now, and you know, it's funny though because like my mom be like, I never did none of that. You know what I mean? Try to tell my kids, I'm like, what? Like, man, we went through some shit with you. I love you to death though. You feel me? But like, you know, my parenting compared to my mom's parenting, completely different.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I think that's just the older generation versus the new generation, right?
Yeah.
It's especially like with you and I being brown folk, the way that like immigrants disciplined their kids in this new land, right? That was just of different times. And like my dad used to do this thing where he would loop the belt and then he would make that noise. He would never actually hit me with it, which was actually scarier than actually having hit me with it. But
oh no, we got hit with it. It went down, bro.
Man, I'm sorry.
It went down. Nah, it's all good. I mean, you know, we took the hits, bro. It was, you know, and you know, we probably won't understand like what my mom's mental was at the time, like why she did it or what the strategy was, or if she going based off, you know, how she was raised back in her home country. You know what I mean? Sometimes we only know what we were taught, and you know, there is that few of us that decide to be like, all right, I'm gonna do something different.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Which is what I do now. I'm like a hybrid, you know, like of my own ways and like what I've learned over time, and then like what my mom used to do.
Yeah. Well, you're able to filter what worked for you, knowing the kind of man you are now. Knowing that it came from like a certain level of discipline that your mom taught you, and now you could pick and choose how you want to discipline your kids. And
exactly,
dude, I mean, it seems like you have a good head on your shoulders. I'm sure you're a wonderful father, dude. The way that your face lights up when you just talk about your children is beautiful, dude.
Thanks, man.
To have this juxtaposition of being a dope ass rapper and also like a wonderful father. I know you took a little bit of a break to be a father, and that's a big fucking deal, dude, that you know your priorities.
Yes.
But now you're back and you're hitting the ground running, dude.
Ghetto Vato's back, and I fucking love everybody for supporting even after all these years. To take like a 4-year hiatus and, you know, in terms of like, not dropping a full project in 4 years and then come back and then people be like in full support of it rather than like them forgetting about you. It's super dope to see, bro. And I'm glad we laid the actual groundwork foundation over the years to get us here. So yeah, man, Ghetto Vato 2. Y'all go tune in.
Woof, absolutely. Baby Gas, the way that I end these episodes, has anyone warned you? Anyone that sent you my podcast warned you how all right, but I know that you're going to be down for this because you're an entertaining dude. So I told you earlier in the episode that I have a background in comedy improv. So usually I ask my guests if they want to do an improv scene with me to end out the episode.
All right, come on.
Hell yeah. All right, so the way that this works is that it could be based off of anything and everything that we talked about in today's episode, or we could get a suggestion from our live studio audience, and then we'll do an improv scene based on that. You guys got some?
Surgical doctor. Something went wrong.
Okay, sounds good. All right, and without further ado, you got any questions before we get started?
No.
Hell yeah. All right, baddies. That's what I call my fan base. It can't be that bad. Dr. Jones?
Who is it?
It's Christian. My wife, she had surgery just a few hours ago, but you haven't gone back to me about the results.
What is your wife's name?
Her name's Melissa.
Let me see if I.
Are you gonna open the door? Because right now we're just talking through the door. Like, are we?
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Let me.
What are you doing? Is that Grey's Anatomy playing in the background?
No, 1 second. I just not fully dressed yet.
Why are you naked at work? What's going on?
What did you say your wife's name was?
Melissa.
Melissa, you're gonna have to get up. I think it's your husband here. And what was your name again, sir?
It's Christian.
Christian. Give me about 2 minutes. Matter of fact, go back to the lobby and I will have one of the interns go grab you as soon as I'm ready. Sorry about that. I was in the middle of my rest. I did a 12-hour shift, but I promise you that your wife is my top priority and we will go get you as soon as possible.
Okay, that's good to know because I'd hate to know if she was your bottom priority.
No. Actually, she is my top.
Okay.
And you know what? I did sorry, let me just go ahead and crack this door open.
Okay. All right. I'm sure, because it's always kind of like stuffy in there. I'm glad you're getting some air.
They haven't fixed the AC.
Oh.
Honestly, the AC's been
here at
broken.
The Kaiser, the AC's broken at the Kaiser.
I know, right? Like, look, let me tell you, we did have to do some internal surgery, so we did have to dig deep.
Okay.
And
that's weird because it was just a back problem that she had.
Yes, and we did a little bit of straightening here.
Okay.
So upon checking, her back.
Okay.
And we had to get in there. When I say in there, we had to get in there. She'll tell you, I'm sure, a lot more, but she is good. She is healthy. She is recovering.
Okay. That's good to know.
But we did have to hit her with a couple rounds. So,
you know what? I'm sorry that I was even paranoid to begin with. I'm just glad that she's getting the top service from one of the best, most recommended doctors here.
Yeah, and you say your name was Christian?
My name is Christian.
Christian. Was it Christian?
Christian, yeah.
Okay, Christian. Well, for some reason, I'm automatically thinking about Christ here.
Okay.
Just give me a second. Let's pray over the situation.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up Catholic, and I have some of that guilt, but I can shake it off. Okay.
Dear Lord, you give Christian the strength that he's going to need. Give his wife the strength that she's going to need to recovery.
Okay.
We know she came in with a back problem, left with some leg problems, but that's all part of the digging that we did. If you can please just watch over their family. And, we pray that she does not end up back here because next time it'll have to be a more severe procedure that we will have to do on her. Amen.
Amen. Dr. Jones, thank you so much for your help. I just want to know that I don't know if this is going to be covered. Is this protected?
No, this was not protected.
Okay. All right. That's fine. I guess I'll have to talk to insurance. Oh, well, she is covered.
Yes. She is covered.
Trying to understand that sentence, but all right, I'll go ahead and talk to my insurance and see what kind of coverage and the copay and all that stuff. Do you know when she's going to be released and if she's going to be coming back home today or if I should just be coming back later?
Look, I released her myself 5 minutes ago.
Okay.
Now if she comes back to you, that might be something that you have to take up with her.
Okay.
But I do have to get to my next patient that also has back problems. So Christian, if you don't mind me, I got to close this door now and I got to get fully dressed.
Dr. Jones, thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
And scene. I wish I didn't use my real name. I wish I didn't use. I wish that I didn't use my lady's real name either. Dude, I was so, I'm super fine with it, but I should have been like, my name is Joshua, and my lady's name is Sasha. Why the fuck did I use my real fucking name? And then it turned into this fucking bile scene, bro.
Hey, that's crazy.
Gas, great fucking improv, man. No wonder you getting fucking casted in these movies. Shit. Wow. Shout out, because the movie that's about to come out, hopefully comes out, is the one with Big Tone, right?
Yeah, and Splash City.
And you actually had to beat out a bunch of people in that audition process.
Yeah, we did, man. But we blessed, man. Good shit, bro. Thank you for having me, bro.
Dude, that was great. And until next time, you're welcome back whenever, because this was just this was fun as fuck, bro. Listeners, back at home, go ahead and slap Baby Gas's music, specifically his newest project, Ghetto Vato, the sequel, Siempre Ghetto. You got some dope ass fucking songs in there. You brought back Ain't Dropped, but now it's with EBK Lebo, and that shit's dope as fuck. As well as like a whole bunch of other tracks. You got 2 tracks with Richie Rich on there.
Yes, sir.
And it's bro.
It's dope, man.
Solid
Thank you,
body
bro.
of work,
Hell
man.
yeah. Appreciate it.
Yeah, until next time, go ahead and look into the barrel of your camera and leave the listeners with the phrase of saying a piece of advice that reminds them that it can't be that bad.
Hey, look, I tell everybody, man, you gotta stand for something or you'll fall for anything. Just find something to believe in, man. For sure.
Beautiful. All right, dude. Thanks again for coming
Thanks,
on.
bro.
All right, baddies, you guys know where to find me. You guys know where to find the podcast because you're already here. Peace, love, and bye.